Well, folks, welcome back. I just spent about 30 minutes recording this video. I was about 10 seconds from being done, and my computer crashed. So here I am, round two. I'm going to be honest. There were some great jokes, some profound statements that now are just gone with the wind. So that's fun. I don't know. That's how I wanted my Saturday afternoon to go. Excited to talk through Oceans today. It's called The Oceans, which brings me to my first point. The Oceans. Why didn't I just call it Oceans? Because there's a very famous song called Oceans. And it's a fine song. I just didn't think I wanted to deal with all the people being like, oh, did you just cover the most successful Christian song of all time? I just didn't want that to be a conversation when there's a movie made about it. Like, 20 years, I didn't want to deal with it. So I threw in what is this song about, you might be wondering. Good question, because I'm about to answer it. I'm feeling a little bit more sarcastic than usual just because this whole thing just crashed, and I'm just really going for it today, so get ready. The Oceans is a song that essentially has two pictures or images that you can put yourself in as a listener. The first one is overlooking a roaring ocean. Second one is you're in the forest with a thunderstorm right above you. And the choruses after each of those images are kind of my ponderings or reflections for you to consider if you were in that spot. And so the first one is, I guess both of them really come down to the final question in the final chorus, which is, what authority is yours? If you're in a forest and there's thunder over you, that even the trees are being ripped out of the ground, it's like, okay, I don't have the authority to save myself right now. So that's a really specialized example. But then in a general sense, as I reflect existentially, of course, the same question kind of rings out even from these examples of an ocean and a forest or ocean and a thunderstorm, is what authority is mine? Am I ultimately in charge of myself? You might be able to tell what I think, but I guess it's really up to you to decide. It's a question. Lyrically, there's some references. I guess this kind of shows my cards to a psalm in the Bible. One of my favorite psalms, maybe my favorite. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Psalm 93. And it's talking about what I would agree, who is the ultimate authority. It's the Lord of all creation, God of the Bible. And it says, the floods have lifted up, Lord, the floods lift up their voices. The floods lift up their pounding waves. And it says, greater than the roar of that huge torrent, the mighty breakers of the sea. The Lord on high is majestic. I think that is some incredible poetry. That's a really powerful image. And so I tried to create it a little bit in this song. So that's what the song is kind of about, how it came together. I don't remember where that idea really came from, if I had been reading that or whatever, but sat down with my guitar. It was one of the first songs I wrote before I even realized I was writing existentially. Sat down with this guitar. The way I wrote it was with this cool chord kind of structure that I thought was going to be awesome. I didn't end up using it, honestly. Here's the 4 to the 5. So I'm just kind of playing like a C chord without the 3, without the middle finger, and walking up for the chords, walking back down. I thought, that's cool. It's a good little strum, kind of hollow coves, I'll double guitar, it'll be great. Didn't end up using it, so I guess if you want to use that chord structure, you can. But whatever, I don't know, I don't care. So I wrote it with that. The lyrics came pretty fast, but they actually are some of my favorite lyrics I've ever written. Maybe I would say the choruses are my favorite. It felt, in one sense, like as I was trying to craft the phrasing and the rhyming and the whatever, it didn't feel like I had to compromise on anything. Sometimes you're writing a song and you're like, I want to say this word, it doesn't fit. I got to find a synonym or what, and you kind of have to compromise. This one, it just felt like literally exactly what I was trying to say, and it felt really awesome. On top of that, I love the way the rhymes have worked out. And so, I took a poetry class in college, my favorite class I ever took. There's a pro tip for you. Take a poetry class. We learned about different kinds of rhymes, and honestly couldn't tell you what it's called, but one sort of rhyming is like lining up the vowels of two sentences or of two lines. Novo Amor does this all the time. Some of his songs, it's like, I don't even know what he's saying, but the vowels are all the same in every line, and it's wild. And so I kind of did that with this song, and it turned out just more ideal than I could imagine. So the second chorus, for example, is probably my favorite. The way it lines up is the first and the third line the vowels are the same. So it's thunder, rough and roaring. And then the third line is under such a torrent. Thunder, rough and roaring, under such a torrent. The vowels are all the same. And then the second and fourth line, tears the forest from its source. What authority is yours? And so when you kind of go back and forth, it brings the whole thing together, super cohesive. This song has a really special place in my heart for that reasoning. And so I love it. Let's go ahead and get into the Logic file. So I started off with the acoustic guitar. This was back when I really only had one microphone. So the acoustics, the vocals, everything that I recorded is all on one microphone. The SE X1S microphone, just a basic condenser mic. Here's the first guitar part. It's capo 2 playing in the key of C, and it's really simple. Pretty much just that, following the chords. And then classic indie folk play, I just brought in a second guitar. This one's capo 7, I think, in the key of G to layer in, and it sounds just like a coffee shop. So there's the two guitars, and then I bring in a third guitar. I know, craziness. Just strumming, which is doing exactly what it sounds like. System overload. Great. I'm feeling really good about making it through this video too. Let's try one more time. So those are the acoustic guitars, and then I probably went down into the vocals. Vocals, like I said, I had a really clear vision, and for most of the song, it followed that kind of vision. Was just kind of a falsetto as the primary melody with a double melody down the octave in a more comfortable range, kind of just as a safety net to like sustain the falsetto a bit, and then just one harmony. Probably could have done 3-part harmony. Maybe I should have, but I did not. You can be mad about that if you want. Here's what it sounds like just on the chorus. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm probably gonna edit that out because I don't know why you would want to see me sneeze. Here's the chorus vocals. Stand back and be honest. See the oceans pound and roll. So pretty simple. I have some auto-tune on there in my mix, and then sent them over to Chris Bethia to mix. And one incredible thing on the track that I don't know how he does this, but the falsetto, when it takes over as the primary melody, the lower melody is still in the mix, but it's super subtle. You almost like, I've tried to listen for it, like close my eyes, just focus. I almost can't hear it, but I know it's there because it's sustaining the falsetto really well, which is, I didn't tell Chris that, but he kind of fulfilled the vision exactly as I was imagining it. So that was awesome. So those are the vocals. So the next thing I added was this low piano. I was in like super demo mode, just trying to make it a basic, good song. Didn't have a bass guitar, so I thought I'll just record a low piano to fill in the low kind of area of the song. You guessed it, it's the Spitfire felt piano. This has some really sweet mechanical noise in it that maybe is some of my favorite of all the songs. So here's what that sounds like. Just following the chords, nothing crazy. So I had that low piano in there, and then then I had the kick. So Logic has like 2 basic kick samples in their loops, and I just picked one of them and just brought it in 4 on the floor for some energy in the instrumental. Here's what it sounds like on its own. And then here's kind of what the song sounded like at the end of day 1. Not a bad song right there. I knew I wanted something in this instrumental. I guess the first thing I added was this electric bass, which is nothing crazy. So that filled out the low end a little bit more, kind of doubles the rhythm of the kick drum. But then I have this electric part, and so I knew that this instrumental needed some sort of melody, something to kind of rally around. And so this electric part came to me originally on an acoustic guitar, which might have been better. I don't know. Originally on acoustic guitar, and I actually found a voice memo of when I first figured this out, and I didn't have any time to record it, so I just got out my phone, knocked it out. I'll play that for you right here. So I had the voice memo that weekend, got an electric guitar, ran it through a pedal board with some like very simple delay, a little bit of reverb, just audio straight in to Logic. And I actually have a video of me recording that too. I don't know why I thought I should record it, but I did. And here I am making a video about it. So I'm just gonna play that video. It sounds a lot like the take I ended up using, honestly, with one really bad wrong note. And so I obviously re-recorded that note. But yeah, here's that video of me recording the part. So, and then you can kind of hear it a little bit in the video, but here's that electric part soloed. You can just hear it by itself. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy on that part. So that was where the song was at, right? It had these acoustics, a low piano, kick, electric bass. It's kind of like 80% of what the song ended up being. So it's like the only demo I really had at the time. I've been working on it for a few weeks, and I texted it to my friend Patrick Cunningham. This is before he had been working on any of the songs. And I just said, hey man, I'm curious if you have any thoughts on this mix, like on what, I was expecting like a text back. 4 hours later, he sends me an email with like a new MP3 of the song with a ton of parts that he'd recorded. And it was incredible. And I literally responded and said, can I send you all my songs forever? And you can do the same thing. And he said yes. And the songs from Davis EP was born. Pretty much that's how it went. So you saw some of his stuff on Rosewood. He's got stuff on the other songs that are coming up. But so here's some of the stuff that he added that really fills this song out. So this first part is this high synth, which is exactly what it sounds like. And it does not change. That's it. There's some strings from an Olafur Arnalds strings pack from Spitfire Audio. Totally software strings, but they sound really great in the song, fill it out really well. They add a little bit of like an unpredictable aspect to all the really repetitive stuff, which is awesome. And then a really underrated but incredible addition is this ride cymbal. Comes in on the instrumental and it just adds a little bit of like rhythm and drive that is like the song wouldn't be the same without that. And then also maybe underrated is this ukulele. It layers really well with the acoustics because it's not playing the exact same rhythm, like it's harmonically a little different. And so really impressive. Here's the ukulele out by itself, and then I'll bring in the guitars. And then the last thing Patrick added was he kind of pointed out he wants a little more melody over some of that acoustic stuff in the beginning. And so he had the first ideas for the piano, the high piano part that comes in. He originally recorded it on the Spitfire soft piano, and then I kind of tweaked some stuff and re-recorded it on the felt piano, of course. I'm never not going to use this piano. Here's kind of the turnaround that originally started with Patrick's idea, and then it turned into this. And Patrick was totally right. That turnaround is way better with something, unique happening over the acoustic. And then in the chorus, it just follows the kind of the vocal melody. And you can just hear the incredible harmonics, super janky mechanical noise. Love it. So that's everything Patrick added. And that's really the whole song. It's not too dense of a mix, but for, my acoustic piano and kick drum demo, Patrick really filled it out in an incredible way. And so here, I'll just show you what I had and then add in what Patrick, and you can kind of feel how it goes from like 80% like good song to like 100% this song feels great. here's Patrick's Steph. So it fills it out in a totally new way, and it's awesome. So thanks, Patrick. Okay, I totally forgot two parts of the song. I got 2 pads in there. One is from Alchemy in Logic, and it's just holding on the D note. It's this lush something. I don't know. I renamed it, so I couldn't tell you what it is. It's just a simple pad sound. Here's what it sounds like. You can hear that it kind of has like some white noise, like wind or something, which I thought was really fitting for the Ocean song. So that's why I picked it. And then there's the second drone on the A, which is from Spitfire's synth pads, pad number 0001. So I obviously had to dig really hard for that one. It was just right on top of them all. So here's what those sound like together. Really not doing a whole lot, just filling out the mix in some subtle ways. That's pretty much the whole song. I love how this song turned out. Like I said, some of these lyrics are some of the best I think I've ever written. And so that feels really, really awesome. Hope you guys like it. Hope this video was helpful to any of you who are kind of like me when I started this song. Have one microphone, no idea what I'm doing. And hopefully, you're able to make some songs you really like. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for the next song. And let's just be thankful my computer didn't crash this time. I'm going to stop it before it's too late.